Hello, my name is Sean Hobson. I'm the Chief Design Officer for EdPlus at Arizona State University. On November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall came down, I was 9. I was in fourth grade, living in Memphis, Tennessee. When I was a kid, I wanted to be many things, but the one that sticks out in my memory the most is that of a marine biologist. I suppose this is a common goal for kids after their first trip to SeaWorld. As it turns out, I get sick on boats, and I live in Phoenix, which is pretty far away from any ocean. That said, I do get to work on education. Education is the single industry that all other industries are dependent upon. And so I think that's pretty cool. The wall the study hall project aims to break is that of access to high quality education. Higher education is undergoing unprecedented change. Advancements in technology, wavering confidence in the utility of educational outcomes, changing demographics, and student loan debt are all precursors of a broad and significant disruption. COVID 19 has only accelerated these forces, with first generation, low income, and minority students being disproportionately affected. Earning an undergraduate degree is still the best way for a person to enhance their quality of life and financial stability. College graduates' annual salary on average is 75% higher than that of high school graduates. When we look at the pandemic, workers without a college degree are 3 times as likely to be let go than their peers with a degree. It's an unfortunate fact that in this country, the biggest predictor for whether or not you attend and succeed in college is your parents' zip code. There are numerous factors and barriers that prevent student success, one of which is academic preparedness. Only 60% of high school students entering college feel prepared. 1 in 2 students who start in this country don't complete and are oftentimes burdened with student loan debt for which they cannot repay. At ASU, we have a pretty good understanding of the early concepts that become a barrier for many students, causing them to stop out. And they include fundamental concepts and topics in courses like algebra, composition, chemistry, and all these topics that we chose for the study hall project. We know that learning happens in a lot of different ways on a lot of different platforms, and YouTube is a big part of that. Think about the last time you got stuck on a problem. I bet you went to Google, and I bet Google pushed you towards a YouTube video. YouTube has emerged as the largest learning platform in the world, with over 1 billion monthly users, many of whom are there to learn something new. At ASU, we measure our success not by who we exclude, but by who we include and how they succeed. Complexly is a video production company that makes, among other things, Crash Course, a video series that just wants to help people learn and that is used in pretty much every high school and college in America. Our goal with the study hall project and partnership is not complicated. We just want to create videos that help as many people as possible be successful in their education. Whether you're a current student, whether you want to fill some gaps before going back to school, or just want to learn for fun, we've got you covered in study hall. This isn't a project just for ASU students, it's available to anyone, everywhere. We have created a series of YouTube learning playlists that dive into critical topics like writing, composition, algebra, chemistry, and even data literacy, with content guided by some of the brightest faculty at ASU. Both Crash Course and ASU are all about providing high quality education content to as many people as possible. We are excited to help learners build these skills, whether they are taking their courses to supplement a traditional course or headed along another path altogether. Think Khan Academy, but for higher education. Learning should not be hard. and access to it should not be limited. We hope learners from around the world grab a hold of this opportunity because it's open to anyone, anywhere, for free. We have already served more than 200,000 learners and educators and growing with these videos. In the US, we run the risk of losing 20 years worth of gains in higher education access to underserved and first-generation students. In June 2020, half of Latino students and 42% of Black students reported having changed or canceled their higher education plans, compared to 20% of white students because of COVID. Even before the pandemic, close to 4 million students with debt were dropping out of college each year. 1 in 4 first-time freshman students weren't making it to the sophomore year, and half don't make it to graduation. Many of the institutions designated as historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, are among those hardest hit by the pandemic, and many have been forced to move all or substantially all instruction online. We must innovate, and we must innovate quickly. In terms of what my mother would think about her participation or my participation in this project, she wouldn't quite understand it, I don't think, especially not how we're using YouTube. But once I explained it and she understood that we're trying to provide additional access to education through YouTube and through the development of high quality videos, she would be very proud and probably go on to tell a lot of her friends.